On September 16th, 2019, 5-year-old Dulce Maria Alavez went to a park in Bridgeton, New Jersey with her mama and her younger brother. It was an ordinary afternoon. There was nothing about that day that suggested it would become one of the most haunting missing child cases in the United States. Dulce was playing near the swings with her 3-year-old brother, and her mama was nearby. And then within a matter of minutes, Dulce had disappeared. 6 years later, investigators are still searching for answers. What happened to a 5-year-old child in a park playground in the middle of the afternoon? Before we go deeper, this is the Unforgotten Project. We cover missing children cases. I'm D. Ellis. If you want to help out, all you got to do is like, share, comment, subscribe. It's free. Let's dive into this case.
365 days since Dulce's disappearance was marked with a vigil inside Bridgeton City Park. In that time, her mother Noema told me that there have only been small moments of joy.
At least I'm not by myself. I know that I have a baby girl with me.
Dulce's baby sister was born 7 months ago. Her name is Estrella, Spanish for star. Dulce Maria Alavez, then 5 years old, was last seen on the afternoon of September 16, 2019.
Dulce was born on April 25, 2014. According to the FBI, she had long brown hair, brown eyes, and was approximately 3 feet tall and weighed around 60 to 70 pounds when she disappeared. On the afternoon of September 16, 2019, Dulce went with her family to Bridgeton City Park. Her mama, Ms. Perez, told investigators that Dulce and her younger brother went toward the playground while she remained near the vehicle. The children were approximately 30 yards away, and at some point, Dulce's younger brother returned, but Dulce wasn't with him. When her mother went looking for her, she couldn't find her. There was no obvious explanation of where she had went to. No 5-year-old wandering away should have been able to simply disappear without somebody saying something. Dulce's family immediately began searching the area, and soon the police would be called. What followed was an enormous search effort. Law enforcement officers and volunteers searched Bridgeton City Park, nearby wooded areas, and the roads that surrounded the locations. Investigators examined surveillance footage, interviewed witnesses, and followed hundreds of leads. Within the first weeks, authorities had received more than 1,000 tips, searched hundreds of locations, and examined hundreds of different vehicles. The FBI eventually became involved, and Dulce was added to the agency's list of kidnapped and missing persons cases, and an Amber Alert was issued. Her photograph appeared across television screens, newspapers, and social medias. The public was asked to remember one thing above all: Dulce was only 5 years old, and at the time she disappeared, she was wearing a yellow shirt with a koala bear on the front, black and white pants decorated with butterflies and flowers, and white dress sandals.
Noema called her brother and then police.
We were there at the park, and people said that probably somebody took her.
This sketch of a Hispanic man aged 30 to 35, around 5'7", with a slender build is still considered a valid description of a possible abductor by law enforcement.
From the beginning, authorities considered the possibility that Dulce had been abducted. One early account involved a child witness who reportedly described a man near the park. Authorities also investigated information concerning a possible vehicle, but investigators faced major problems. There was no definitive piece of evidence publicly establishing exactly what happened to her. There were different witness descriptions. There were people who may have been in and around the park, and there was the enormous challenge of reconstructing what happened during the very small window of time. At one point, police released a composite sketch of a man they believed had information about Dulce's disappearance. The man was described as a slender Hispanic male, approximately 30 to 35 years old and around 5'7" tall. Authorities said that he was considered a possible witness, not necessarily the person responsible for her disappearance.
Dulce Alavez says she let her 5-year-old daughter and 3-year-old son play while she stayed in the car scratching off a lottery ticket. When she went to check on the kids, Dulce was gone.
I never thought that the time it was going to be 6 years that she's still not found, and it's been really hard for me and my family.
The Cumberland County Prosecutor's Office, which is the lead agency investigating the case, issued a statement saying that new investigators are reviewing the evidence collected thus far.
It still gives me hope because people are still They still know that my daughter's still missing.
That distinction matters. Over the years, numerous theories have circulated online about who may have taken Dulce and why, but many people of those theories have not been substantiated. And when discussing a case involving a missing child, it's important to separate established facts from speculation. Perhaps one of the most disturbing parts of this case is how quickly Dulce disappeared. She wasn't reportedly missing for hours before anyone noticed. She was last seen playing with her little brother, and then her brother came back alone, and then Dulce was gone. That leaves investigators with a crucial question. What happened during those minutes? Was Dulce approached by someone she didn't know? Did someone lure her away? Did she voluntarily walk away with somebody? Or did something else happen entirely? Investigators have never publicly provided an answer that resolves those questions, and that uncertainty has kept this case alive for years. As the years have passed, the case never officially disappeared. Investigators continue to examine tips and evidence. The FBI continues to list Dulce among its kidnapping and missing person cases. The agency's current listing still identifies her as missing and offers a reward for information leading to her whereabouts. In September of 2025, on the 6th anniversary of her disappearance, the Cumberland County Prosecutor's Office announced that the investigation they had been working on with the New Jersey State Police Special Investigations Section, but there was something new. Artificial intelligence was being used to process the case. The goal wasn't to magically solve the mystery. Instead, investigators hoped that new technology could help identify patterns, connections, or overlooked information within an enormous amount of material collected over the years.
That the New Jersey State Police has begun processing the case files through artificial intelligence.
This would help potentially narrowing down interesting and relevant pieces of evidence on one hand, and also establish connections that humans may or may not notice.
Investigators were going back through the case with new tools and, in some aspects, fresh eyes. For a case that has remained unsolved for years, even a small new lead could potentially be significant. Then, in December of 2025, something happened that demonstrated another painfully reality of the missing person case. A social media post circulated claiming that Dulce's remains had been found. The claim was spread online like wildfire. But it wasn't true. The Cumberland County Prosecutor's Office publicly rejected the report, stating that the claims were unconfirmed and false. Dulce had not been found, her remains had not been discovered, and the case remains unsolved. For a family that has spent years waiting for answers, false reports like this can be devastating. They also demonstrate how easily misinformation can spread when a case has captured the public's attention. Dulce was 5 years old when she disappeared. If she was alive today, or wherever she is, she would be 12 years old. That simple fact is difficult to comprehend. When Dulce vanished or abducted, she was a little girl who loved childhood things. Her family has spoken out about her personality, her love of dresses, and her imagination. But every year that passes means another birthday, another Christmas, another school year, another collection of childhood memories that her family has experienced without knowing where she is. And that is one of the most cruelest aspects of a disappearance. There is no clear ending. It's only uncertainty.
Eyewitness News reporter Shantae Lands has the latest from the vigil and also on the investigation.
The search for 5-year-old Dulce Alavez intensified Saturday as 3 witnesses emerged from vehicles, one after another, 2 females and a young boy. Investigators returned with them to the spot where the little girl was last seen alive. Authorities believe Dulce was kidnapped from Bridgeton City Park in South Jersey on Monday afternoon. An Amber Alert was issued on Tuesday. By air and ground on Friday, more than 100 officers from different departments combed the vast wooded area.
So let's go through what we do know and what we don't know. After all these years, we know some things with certainty. We know Dulce was 5 years old. We know that she was in Bridgeton City Park on September 16, 2019. We know she was playing near the playground with her younger brother. We know her brother returned without her, and we know a massive investigation was followed. But here are some things that we don't know. We don't know exactly what happened during those critical minutes. We don't know where Dulce was taken. We don't know who was responsible. 6 years have passed since 5-year-old Dulce Alavez walked in Bridgeton City Park. She should be growing up. She should be making friends and going to school and celebrating birthdays and discovering who she wants to become in life. Instead, her family is still waiting until the truth is discovered. Dulce's name deserves to remain remembered and not unforgotten, because she isn't just a missing person poster. She isn't just a case number. She's Dulce Maria Alavez, and someone somewhere knows what happened to her. Condolences to the family. Y'all like, share, comment, and subscribe. Get this story out there. Till next time. Peace.